Hello Sagittarius, this is your oracle card reading for August 2018. I've already shuffled the cards and put out the spread. It's right in front of me. I'm going to be referring to it as I do this video. Now for you, I'm seeing this month has a lot to do with your family and or your place of living. So right away, the first week of the month or so, beginning of the month, and I'm posting these videos a little bit late, so this should have already happened, you're learning something new about the past. This is something, I'm seeing like a man and a woman at school from your past, and you're learning something new. So it might not be an actual school connection, it could just be the library card here that I see could be a metaphor for learning something new about these people, and you're learning about their past. So it could be your own relationship with a man that you're learning about. It could be an unfinished business, like someone from the past you have unfinished business with, and you're learning about that person and that relationship now. It could also be a relationship that has been ending over the summer. This could be somebody that you have been hot and cold with, on again, off again, and you've been having a hard time ending this relationship. And it could be that right at the beginning of the month you realize that this relationship is going to end. Now the good news is I see this being a very good ending for you. You have a lot of success connected to this ending, and it could even be like a karmic ending too. And I also see something interesting here, which is I do see a relationship ending, but then I also see a new relationship starting. So it could be that the reason why this relationship has to end is because you need to make room for something new, but that new person isn't in your life yet. And so that's why you've been having such a hard time breaking up with this person, because you didn't know that there was someone new coming, and so you're kind of hanging on to this person because they're familiar to you. Also, we have a lot of retrograde energy in the sky right now, which can make breaking up difficult. But I do see one relationship ending for you, potentially because you learned something new about their past or about this relationship's past. But then there's going to be a new relationship coming for you in the future. I am also seeing you being in a more stable place. I see that you are starting a new project, a new creative project, and this is going to be a good project for you to work on. This is something that's going to be very stable for you and add stability to your life, and it could also be a new project that you're going to be working on for a long time. And by project, that can mean like a creative project. It could also just mean a new job. But it's something new you're starting that helps you express your creativity in some way, and it's going to be good for you both financially and intellectually. This isn't an emotional thing. It's creative, but it's creative more in an intellectual way and helping you get in touch with your intellect more. And it's adding, like I said, stability to your life. So that's always good, being more stable. So the other thing I'm seeing is that there could be this stormy situation in your home life. I feel like there is a situation where maybe your roommates or the people you live with, maybe they're not paying rent, or they're telling you that they've done something and they really haven't. Like maybe they said they paid a bill and then they really didn't pay the bill. Whether or not this is intentional on their part, I'm not sure. We are going through Mercury retrograde still and Mars retrograde, although they will be direct by the end of the month. But there's like a miscommunication here where either you or your roommate or roommates, the people you live with, didn't really hold up their end of the bargain in terms of their responsibility to the house. I feel like this is financial, like this is either somebody forgetting to pay a bill or forgetting to pay rent, or maybe they can't pay it, like maybe they're just short that month, and you have to kind of cover the slack, or you have to deal with the consequences of it. So keep that in mind and be prepared for that if it happens. I feel like, and I don't think it's necessarily intentional. Like, I don't think this person's deceiving you, although they could be. I feel like it's just, like, things just go haywire, and there's a miscommunication where they feel like they paid it, but they didn't. Or they meant to pay it and just forgot, and so they think they did, but they didn't. So that also might just be like a heads up for you that if you are dependent on somebody else to either like pay rent or pay a bill for you, this might be a month where you have to gently remind them to actually do it, and also be prepared yourself that if they don't do it, you're the one who's going to have to pick up the slack. As we go towards the end of the month, I am seeing you. There could have been a job you were doing, like a side job where you were getting paid under the table and you're going to be ending it. It could also be a situation where maybe you were getting some extra money on the side by working for other people, like not like a steady 9-to-5 job, but like an unreliable part-time job, and that's going to be ending. It's also possible that maybe you are the person in this scenario, you're the roommate who can't pay the bill or pay the rent because you were relying on this extra side income to come through, and now it's not. So if that's the case, plan accordingly. Maybe start looking for another way to supplement that income. But this revenue stream is ending for you, but it wasn't like your main source of income. It was more like a side source of income, something you did on the side part-time, maybe even less than part-time. And you're no longer going to be doing that in the future. And I feel like there's other people involved with this. So that maybe you weren't getting along with the people you were working with, or your coworkers, or your boss, and that's why you decide to stop. And since it was extra income, you can afford to stop. But just keep in mind that you do have those responsibilities to your house that you need to take care of. So if there was like this roommate who's not fulfilling their end of the financial bargain, and you're like, oh, it's okay, I have this extra money coming in that I usually rely on, keep in mind that that extra money might not be coming in this month. And whether this is a permanent ending or just a temporary ending, I'm not sure. But it's something you just won't be able to rely on that extra income this month. I feel like you have to rely on yourself this month, and that might be the lesson for you for August, is just learning to be more self-reliant and independent, and to not rely on other people as much. So thank you for watching. Ultimately, this month isn't really bad. It's just, as long as you are prepared for what's coming, and that you can't expect these other people to pick up the financial slack this month, for whatever reason, I think you'll be in a better spot then. So thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer, and I will look forward to seeing you in the future.